Need a super fast way to take your files on the go? Something that's fast, reliable, and maybe even fits in your pocket? Well, an external SSD can make all the difference. But figuring out which one's the real deal can be a headache. That's why today, we're breaking down the top 5 best external SSDs to get your hands on right now. So, let's get started. Alright, let's kick things off with the crucial X6 Portable. Now, if you're looking for something seriously pocket-friendly, this little guy might just be the ticket. You see, the focus here is definitely on portability. It comes in different sizes. You can grab it in 500 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes, or even a hefty 4 terabytes. And it hooks up using that speedy USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 connection. In terms of speed, you're looking at up to 800 megabytes per second for both read and write. It's true, there are faster drives out there, especially some of the other USB-C options we'll talk about. But honestly, for most everyday stuff, that's going to feel plenty quick. I mean, think about how easily this will slip into your pocket. That's a huge plus. But it's not just about being small. This thing is pretty tough too. They say it can handle drops from up to 6.5 feet. Plus, it plays nicely with just about everything. Windows, Macs, even your Xbox or Android devices. And just to give you some peace of mind, Crucial throws in a 3-year warranty. So for a really compact and reliable option, the X6 Portable is definitely worth a look. Next, we've got the Crucial X10 Pro. Remember when I was talking about USB-C? Well, this drive takes things up a notch. You see, there's USB-C 3.2 Gen 2, which is pretty speedy. But then there's USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 by 2, and that can basically double the data flow. Now, not every computer or device has this faster port, but if yours does, the X10 Pro can really stretch its legs. When you plug it into one of those 20 gigabit per second ports, you're looking at some serious speed. Up to 2100 megabytes per second for read and 2000 megabytes per second for write. But here's the thing, even if you don't have that super fast port, it'll still perform well. Plugged into a regular USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 port, you can still expect around 1100 megabytes per second read and 1000 megabytes per second write speeds. So it's quite versatile. It's not all about speed though. This SSD is built to last. Crucial went the extra mile and made it past the IP55 rating, which means it can handle splashes of water and dust. They even say it can survive drops from up to 7.5 feet. Plus, if you're worried about keeping your data safe, it has password protection with 256-bit AES hardware encryption. That's some solid security. You can find the X10 Pro in 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes, and 4 terabyte sizes, and Crucial backs it up with a nice 5-year warranty. So, if you're after a fast and tough external SSD, especially if you have a device with a Gen 2 by 2 port, the X10 Pro is definitely a strong contender. And then we have the WD Black P40, which probably caught your eye already if you're heavily into gaming. After all, WD Black is Western Digital's awesome lineup of products designed just for gamers, and they've brought that focus to this external SSD. It's got this cool, almost industrial look to it, and its compact design means you can easily stash it away or toss it in your bag. It even has customizable RGB light strips along the sides. So, when you're on PC, you can tweak those to match your setup. Like the Crucial X10 Pro we just talked about, this one also uses USB-C and is rated for that super fast USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 by 2 standard, hitting speeds of up to 20 gigabit per second. That translates to some pretty quick read and write speeds, up to 2000 megabytes per second. And just like before, if you're using a regular Gen 2 port, you'll see speeds closer to half of that. You can definitely hook this up to your PlayStation or Xbox, and it'll work great for storing and even playing games directly from the drive. Here's the thing though, not many of the consoles out there have that super fast Gen 2 by 2 USB-C port to really unleash its full potential. Still, it's a solid option for game storage and performance. Western Digital backs this up with a 5-year warranty, which is always good to see. And you can grab it in 500 gigabyte, 1 terabyte, or 2 terabytes sizes, depending on how many games you're planning to take on the go. So, if you're a gamer looking for a stylish and speedy external SSD, the WD Black P40 is definitely worth considering. Now, if your laptop has a Thunderbolt port, you might be looking for an external SSD that can really fly, and that's where the SanDisk Pro-G40 comes in, which is our next pick. You see, Thunderbolt 3 and 4 ports can handle a massive amount of data. We're talking up to 40 gigabit per second. When you plug the Pro-G40 into one of those, it can hit read speeds of up to 3000 megabytes per second and write speeds of up to 2500 megabytes per second. Think about that for a second. If you're dealing with huge video files or massive project folders, this kind of speed can save you a ton of time. Plus, it's tough without being bulky or looking over the top. Now, the tech inside isn't brand new, but that's not a bad thing. It's a tried-and-true system that really works well for something you can carry around. And the design is great, too. It's got a metal and rubber casing, which not only helps keep it cool, but also protects it from the bumps and bruises of everyday life. And when I say protects, I mean it. This thing has an IP68 rating, so it can handle being submerged in water and is totally dustproof. They even say it can survive a drop from about 3 meters and can withstand a crushing force of 4,000 pounds. That's seriously impressive. It's also pretty compact and comes with a solid 5-year warranty, and you can find it in 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes, and 4 terabyte sizes. So if you've got a Thunderbolt port and need top-tier performance and ruggedness, the SanDisk Pro-G40 is a fantastic choice. And finally, we've got the Samsung T7 as our #1 pick. If you're looking for the absolute best overall external SSD, this is it. What makes it so great? Well, for starters, it offers super fast transfer speeds with sequential read and write speeds of up to 1050 and 1000 megabytes per second, respectively, thanks to its USB 3.2 Gen 2 interface. And according to all the rave reviews on social media, the T7 never fails to deliver when you want top-notch speed for moving your files around quickly. Besides, if you're happy to skip the fingerprint security of its sibling, the T7 Touch, you can save a bit while still getting amazing performance. You can find it in sizes from 500 gigabytes up to 2 terabytes, and you can even choose between gray, blue, or red, a nice little personal touch. This drive is almost exactly the size of a business card, and it's super slim, only about 8mm thick. Combine that with its lightweight, just 58 grams, and you've got an ultra-portable drive. Perfect if you're a student or someone who's always on the go and needs their files with them. Plus, Samsung throws in 2 USB cables, one regular USB-A and one USB-C, so you're covered no matter what ports you have. Now, since it's a solid-state drive, it's naturally shock-resistant, no moving parts to worry about. But Samsung also made sure the frame itself adds extra protection, and it even has an internal thermal guard to prevent overheating, especially when it's warm out. And compatibility? No problem. It works with Windows, Linux, and Macs. You can even plug it into your Android phone or your game console. So, for a fantastic combination of speed, portability, durability, and compatibility, the Samsung T7 is really hard to beat. Thanks for watching. If you want more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also, press the bell icon for instant notification